I can remember 100 random words in order for months on end and never write them down. How, you may ask? Well, let me show you. Before I'm going to give you the technique, I'm going to give you a little test. I'm going to give you 10 random words and you have to try to remember them. Don't write them down. Try to remember them in order, just by memory, okay? Don't write them down. And then after, I'm going to give you the technique and then see how you do performing on the same exact test. So here are the 10 random words. We're starting with ball, honey, lamp, camera, Discord, banana, got it? Water, box, toe, and lastly, bottle. That is it. Now you can try and write them down or type them out. Try and see how many words you remember. You can pause the video if you like and we're going to continue on with the technique. But just make sure that you write down how many you got correct and how many you got in order. And then we're going to test you again after this. Okay, first of all, the technique is called chain linking. So we're basically going to link every word to each other. First of all, you need to remember tip. T-I-P. Turn into picture. Turn every word into a picture. And then you're going to get the next word. You also turn that into a picture. And then you combine these two pictures, you make a little story. And once you combine those two pictures and you get the next word, you forget the first word and you just combine the second one with the third one. And once you have done that, you connect the third one with the fourth one, forgetting about the second one. And you keep on doing like this. You keep on making your story. Now, when you are making the story, when you are connecting the pictures, you have to remember, don't make something normal. For example, if the words are table and spoon, don't say like, I came into my room and I saw a table and on the table was a spoon. That is so normal, that is so average. It doesn't stand out. You have to exaggerate, you make it funny, make it crazy, make some crazy action happening. Use your emotion while you're doing this, while you're creating this story, because that's how you're gonna remember. Instead of a table, say you came into your room and the table was floating and the table was speaking to you. What, a floating, speaking table? That's crazy, that would never happen. But you would remember it though. Imagine it happened, you would remember it though. So you come into your room and it's a floating speaking table and the speaking table is just spitting spoons at you. What, spoons, huh? What is that? So now you know tablespoons, that is memorable. If you just say there's a table and there was a spoon on the table, you're not gonna remember this. So you have to make it crazy, exaggerate with it, make it unrealistic. Think how a child will think of these things. Of random stories that a child can come up with. Let your childish thoughts come up and make some crazy stories. Also, when you're picturing it, when you're imagining your words, try to get as much detail in there as possible. For example, if you see the word is a phone, for example, look at it. What phone is it? How big is the phone? Is it an iPhone? Is it an Android? Is it a Huawei? What kind of phone is it? What are we dealing with? So you can remember it. Imagine ball, like the very first word of our list. What kind of ball? Is it a basketball? Is it a football? Is it a tennis ball? You can choose. What kind of ball is it? What is more memorable for you? So now that I've given you the basis of the technique, let's go to our list again and see how I would go through the list and you can follow along. Follow along with the story. If you can, close your eyes and try to imagine. Imagine you walk out of your room and you see a ball on the street. It's a big ball. See what kind of ball it is? A football, a basketball, whatever. You see a big ball on the street and you see the ball is shiny. The ball is shiny for some reason. Why is it shiny? So you go up to the ball and you touch the ball and it's sticky. It's you don't know what it is and you smell it and you're like, what is this, honey? So you get the courage and you lick it. It's honey. So there's honey on the ball. Ball connected to honey. There's honey on the ball. Huh? You find that weird. And out of nowhere, fat lights. You get blinded because there are big lamps shining all of that light on you, all of these lamps surrounding you completely, flashing you with lights, boom, 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 boom. You trip out, you see for a second, and it's paparazzi. What is paparazzi doing? All with cameras. The paparazzi are holding cameras and they're making a bunch of pictures of videos of you. You're like, I don't want any of this, why is this happening? So you run back to your room, you go and you want to talk to your friends and tell what happened. So you go on Discord, and on Discord, you go into a call with your friends, you put on your camera and you see your friends. But instead of eyes, they have bananas. They have bananas going through their eyes. That's crazy. But that's what's happening. They have bananas going through their eyes. You are shocked. And as shocked, you fall backwards from your chair. And the moment you hit the ground, you notice it's not just ground, but it's water. The whole room is in water. Why is my room in water? You're wet. You feel your clothes being wet. What is happening? And the water is rising, rising, rising. You're panicking. You don't know what to do. And then you see in the water, in the corner of your room, you see a little black box that's shining and it's just press me. You want to touch it with your hand, but you can't touch it with your hand, you can't reach it. So you turn around and you want to go because your leg is bigger and you want to hit it with your toe. You can barely reach it and boop! You hit it with your toe and you feel it like your toe is hitting the button. Then the water all comes down, it all disappears and it all spawns in a big fat bottle. A big fat bottle in the middle of your room. Can you imagine a big bottle of 100 liters in the middle of your room? That's what happens. Now, let's go through the list again. Can we remember what happened? Because now all we have to do is go back to the story and we're going to be able to remember every single word. Let's see if we can test you. What is the very first word? The very first word is ball. And what was on the ball? Did you see something shiny? There was honey. There was honey on the ball. So you go, yeah, you honey, you lick it, you realize it's honey, and then you get flashed. What happens? Lightning, flashes, coming from what? A lamp, a bunch of lamps. And then you realize you're looking, and what do you see? Paparazzi holding a camera, taking pictures of your videos. You don't like it, so you're running back home and you want to tell your friends on Discord. On Discord, they open up their web camera and instead of eyes, they have bananas in their eyes. Then out of shock, you fall back and you land not on the floor of your room, but in water. Then the water is rising and you don't know what to do, you're panicking and you see a black box. You want to touch the black box, you can't touch it with your hand, so you turn around and you touch it with your toe. And then the water all goes away and it spawns into a big fat bottle in the middle of your room. GG, well played! GG, well played! That is the chain linking technique. And you can use this for anything. And you can also go backwards. You know, from the first word to the 10th word, and from the 10th word to the first word. You can do 10 words, 20 words, 50 words, 100 words. It doesn't matter because it's just a story. And you don't have to remember much. Everyone can do this. You just have to remember the next step. Constantly. You just have to remember the next step. That's it. Now I challenge you, next time that you go to the grocery store, for example, and you need to remember a list of groceries, don't write them down. Don't have the list on your phone or a paper. Use this chain linking technique to remember the whole grocery list. If this video taught you anything, if you improved your memory, and if you like this memory technique, please leave a like, leave a comment, share the video with your friends, with your family. And that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching and peace.